Hello everyone. Going to try and do a preview of the weekend 12th, 13th of March 2022. I wasn't expecting it to be so in depth, but actually I've found some information that might be useful and surprised me a little bit. It's the big one this weekend from a cross country point of view is the UK Inter-Counties Cross Country Championships at Loughborough. For those who haven't been there, it can be an extremely muddy course and quite challenging. Both the men and the women run 10k because they equalised it a few years ago. There's no big carrot at the end of it, for example, like a world championship selection or anything like that particularly. So it perhaps hasn't got the publicity it might have done in some years. But anyway, first of all I should say I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be laid up having a knee operation, so I won't be filming. We might be able to get a little bit of video from some of the later races from a colleague, but if anyone is out there and going to be filming, just let me know and I'll give it a shout out because, you know, apart from anybody else, I'd like to see some of the action. The entries are actually on the Sportsoft race results site. And I think the entries will be on the same place used for the National Cross Country, which is the FR Systems site, so look out for that. Big difference with this one, under 20s, different age group. You've got to be under 20, 31st of December 2022, so it's based on calendar year, not like a lot of the fixtures we've been seeing, like the National, the Southern, Northern, Midlands. Slightly different age group for the under 20, so it takes out some of those that are turning 20 this year. About 45 counties being represented in both, you know, in all the age groups. There's the full program, but I'm just going to concentrate on the seniors. Start with the senior men. I've gone through all the entries. Quite a few that finished quite high up in the national. Jack Miller, running for Avon and Somerset, was 5th in the national, had a cracking run there. I know he was targeting it. Daniel Howarth, who many perhaps don't know much about, who was 7th in the nationals, running for Derbyshire. He had another cracking run in the national, and he's probably got a fell running background, I believe. Ahmed Abdul, he was brave enough to go. He was brave enough to go with the leaders in the national early on. Dropped back to 12th, but still a very strong run. He's running for Essex. You've got Nigel Martin, a very consistent athlete, running for Greater Manchester, 6th in the national. Amongst the favourites, perhaps Zach Mohammed, who was one of the winning team for Southampton at the national. He's running for Hampshire, as is his club colleague Alex Tewton, who was 10th at the national. Matt Stoney has entered for Kent. He was 3rd under 20 at the national, but he's not actually racing because I believe he is racing in the World Students or Universities Cross Country Championships, which are also this Saturday, and they are in Portugal. Interesting couple of entries by Leicestershire. Got Ben Dykstra, who's the triathlete come distance runner. He was last result was 5th in a Birmingham Cross Country League, so he might turn out. You never know what to expect from Ben. And Sam Stabler, who's done really well at the UK Inter-Counties before, but he's not raced at all, but he's on the entry list. Lynton Taylor, running for Lincolnshire, Leeds City athlete. He was 23rd at the national, perhaps not where he would have hoped to have been in that. I know he's got marathon aspirations. He might turn out. And also he's had a bit longer to recover from a training trip to Kenya, which he did a few weeks ago. Got Sam Charlton moving up to seniors from the under 20s, where he was 4th at the national. He's running for the North East, as is Callum Johnson. He's entered, who won the national 2020. Jacob Allen running for Northants. Intriguingly, didn't run the national, but he was the fastest part runner that day in 14:50. No, he'd had what did he have? A bit of niggle, or was it COVID? But he's coming back and maybe turning out. Perhaps one of the favourites, and perhaps alongside Zach Mohammed, is Jamie Crowe, who won the Scottish Championships. He's running for Scotland East, as is Johnny Glenn, who ran a 2:20 marathon in March in Seville. Both those very strong runners. I think Jamie had COVID a few weeks back and was recovering from that, but showed his form in the Scottish Champs by winning it. James Hunt's ended for Shropshire, and he won the Welsh Championships, but I also see he is on the entry list for the Podium 5K on Saturday as well, so maybe he's not doing the intercounties. Andy Maud down for Surrey, but I'm not sure he's actually going to run. Or Jack Rowe, your guess is as good as mine. He might turn up. There's some prize money involved on Saturday, so he might turn up. But Jack Rowe's entered for Surrey. His last turnout was the well-publicised 5K at Battersea a few weeks back, when he won in 13:42. Dom Nolan, 18th in the Nationals, entered for Surrey as well. And you've got Omar Ahmed for Warwickshire, interesting entry. His last turnout, though, was in November when he won the Reading Half Marathon in 62:14. And then going for Warwickshire, or on their list, are Ellis Cross, whose only recent competition was a cross-country relay at the European Clubs Championships early February, and Jack Gray, who was 14th in the National. So there's a whole list of people there. Probably the top entries might be, who might well be running: Zach Mohammed, Jamie Crowe, Omar Ahmed, and Jack Rowe if he rocks up. I've tried to find out if Jack's running, but as at filming myself, I haven't found out. It's part of the Cross Challenge series, and the top three at the moment, and interestingly, I can't find him on the entry list, is Hugo Milner for Derbyshire, who secured quite a few wins before Christmas. But then you got Zach Mohammed and Jack Miller are the other two. Turning to the ladies' race, again some interesting entries. Running for Bedfordshire, Reve Walcott Nolan, better known for her track prowess at the moment. Kate Maltby, who was third in the Midlands, running for Cumbria. Hannah Irwin, running for Essex. She ran 16:06 at Battersea in February for 5K. Holly Dixon, running for Kent, was 17th in the National. Don't think Neve Brinston Hubbard's running for Kent, but she's on the entry list. Abby Donnelly, running for Lincolnshire, was second in the Bucks. Sophie Tarver from Merseyside was 7th in the National. Kate Avery, we haven't seen a load from Kate Avery, but she was 6th in the World Cross Series in Ireland I think that was in January. She's running for the North East and has often done really well in the UK intercounties. Jess Gibbon, running for Oxfordshire, who won the National Cross Country at Parliament Hill. Then we got Megan Keith, who is entered for Scotland North, but she, I think she's doing the World Universities cross country for Britain, so she's in that. Mari McClellan could be a good shout. She was third in 2019, and she was third in Ireland behind Hannah Irwin, actually, not long ago, but she'd be up there, or will possibly be up there. Neve Brown, running for Surrey, was 5th in the National. Bronwyn Owen, who got the bronze medal at the National, running for Yorkshire. And Jen Walsh, who was a club mate, who was 8th at the National. So, whole load there. Couple of absentees not running. Eleanor Bolton, who was 2nd in the National, doesn't seem to be on the entry list. And Kirsty Walker, who won the Bucks cross country and was 6th in the National. I think she's doing the World University Cross Country Championships, is on the team. So the top ones, could be the likes of Jess Gibbon, Mari McClellan, Helen Irwin, Bronwyn Owen, and Kate Avery. Jess Gibbon and Hannah Irwin head the Cross Challenge series, and Jenny Nesbitt's in third, but Jenny is in America training, so she won't be racing. So that's the intercounties. What else is going on? As I said, World Students Cross Country Championships are on Saturday in Portugal. Look out for that. Friday and Saturday over in America are the NCAA Indoor Championships, which are shown on ESPN. I know places like BT Sports have been known to show it, maybe retrospectively, but you need to look out for, I think the ESPN is also a subscription. So need to look out for that. That's Friday and Saturday. Good quality competition as always. British Masters cross country is actually being hosted by my club, Tunbridge, on Saturday. It should be good. I think they'll enjoy the course at the schools at Summerhill. Always used for Kent leagues and extremely tough and popular. But that's on Saturday, and good luck to everybody involved in the organisation for that. At Barrowford on Saturday, and they're just editing this in to the preview because I've just spoken to Chris Barnes, who's organising the event, the 5K at Barrowford on Saturday. We've got the likes of Eleanor Bolton, who was second in the national racing, and we've also got Jemima Elgood and Steph Pennycock, who are the fastest ladies. On the men's side, there's Chris Jones, Richard Allen, Chris Perry, David Malarkey, James Hunt, who I've mentioned, won the Welsh Cross Country Championships, Alfie Manthorpe, and then an intriguing entry from Oliver Dustin, who ran 1:43 for 800 metres last year. And plenty of others in the Podium 5K, which has some really good prize money available. So you could look out some fast 5K road times on the traditional course used up there. So should be a really good weekend of action to get our teeth into this weekend, and hope you all have an enjoyable weekend viewing it and taking it all in.